done. Oh, where's this part? Hold on, I gotta make sure my sound's on. I don't know last time if I accidentally hit it, but I think it was because I was playing that trigonometry channel or whatever. Copyright picks up everything. I noticed even when I said the P word earlier in those other videos, like, it was like, eh. I'll give you a Death Watch 2025 update in a second. Make sure, because I ain't going to do that shit again. Of course, I said that last time. Okay, where's my channel? There. Sign in. Let's see if my annoying voice. Come on, you can do it. I ain't going to do that shit again. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah. Okay. Okay, I think it's going. Let me go one more time, because last time it was no. Yeah, I think it was that that channel I had on the background, the sound, or maybe it was even the video, because I'd had it like that, and it took that copyright and muted it till like an hour later. Anyway, so this is the update. This is so much drama. When I lost that debit card, Mom's debit card, to the bank, I left it in the ATM because I was so frazzled when I was leaving there. It was when I was fighting with one of this. I don't even remember. I have to go back and look. So I left it in the fucking ATM machine. And then I went back to the bank, and then I waited in the line, and I was sweating. It was so hot, and there's all these people. So I come home and called the bank, and the bank said, oh, if someone brings it to us, we shred it. And so that's what happened to it. I was like, well, at least I know now. So then I told Mom, and then I was like, yeah, well, we're working on it the next day or whatever. Well, she still ain't done it. I have to buy stuff on PayPal on Walmart Plus through PayPal to get to the bank account. Oh, and then I put so much money on that credit card that I just sent my sister $450 to come down here, and I'm gonna give them 200 more when they get down here out of the bank. I have to write them a check. Oh, Lord have mercy. But Mom has that Capital One card that's got 2K on it, and an Amazon Visa. Excuse me. Calico Kitty, don't get over there. And then she said Dad was in physical therapy, and he's in pain, and it's so much drama. But I think when earlier it was on the muted part, Pennywise, I didn't bring up Bridget. I haven't most of this year, maybe the beginning of this year, but I know it's been a while. I really have, I haven't bothered her. I find it very interesting, Pennywise, that you would make a point to bring up so you could say those things that were in those text messages that were sent from my sister. So, to suicide for me, why y'all are gaslighting me. Why is Bridget still so obsessed with me that she wants to know what the text is between me and my sister, Pennywise? When I haven't looked at her page since early this year. I think yesterday I did start to. I typed it in. Maybe it was when I first started looking again, and I kind of scrolled, and it was all those same things, and I just like clicked it away. I was like, it wasn't unspecific, and I didn't go that far. It's just because it's just, you know. But evidently she's still obsessed with me. So her and Mara and Beth. That's a trio there. And then Lindy. What's that? A quartet? A quartet? Oh. She tried to kill me with fucking Corey and Linda and Lindy and Jim and Brenda. Oh, some sickos in this world, ain't there? They ain't never going to do it to nobody else again, I can tell you that much. She's coming from my mom. Well, best of luck to her. Maybe my mom and her mom will be having brunch soon. You never know. You never know. And I talked to my sister, and I told her, look, Angela, this is how I feel about it. Mom has not treated me very kind. And I'm being honest. I love my mama now. I wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for her, and I love life. I love every second of life. My mouth is dry. Hold on one second, please. I got a mini Pepsi. I was thinking about a beer earlier. It's a Pepsi, but I ain't going to do it to myself. was I saying? Oh, Bridget. Yeah, they no. Then there was something else after that. Anyway, it'll pop in my head in a minute. But see, Pennywise, I don't like even Mara. I hadn't mentioned Mara since December of 2024. You can go back and look at my page, and I had not had any interaction with her like that. She's still tagging me. I have my notifications off, so I don't even see it. Plus, I have her blocked. So it's Bridget with the Orion, an obsessed problem with JL. It's Corey that's obsessed with me. And I don't understand how they think this is going to end other than how it's going to end. You know, my life is over here in this house. Those poor cats have lived here. This is all they know. I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'll do it at a loss. I want some money and I want to go to Tennessee. Told my sister, I was like, hey, I'll buy us a house and I'll put me on some acreage and I'll put a tiny house for me and the cats in the back. I just want a nice used Cadillac. About 3 or 4 years old with very low miles, and I'm set because I don't drive much. It'll last me as long as this one lasted, Mom. I'm done. I'm ready to start my life. I was telling Angela some of the things she done, and Angela was telling me some of the things she used to do to her too. And it's like I didn't even understand what like. I mean, I knew people were narcissistic, and I thought that just meant oh, you're all about yourself and you're prissy or whatever. I didn't understand like there's a real like mental thing. You know what I mean? Like I have borderline personality disorder, I believe, because I pick up the personality whoever I'm around. If I'm around like Alex, I'd kind of start being more like talking a little bit like Kim, and you know what I mean. You kind of absorb her, or Lindy, and then I've been here with her, and she's not very nice. you know. Hmm. That's what I'm saying. I was drunk too for a long, long time there, and I sobered up and like I tried to tell her too after that cancer. I said, Mom, I tried to shake you out of it for years because she kind of like got it there for a little bit when she knew like how bad it was. I was like, I tried, Mom. I tried everything to like snap you out of it, but And I told her many times, I said, Mom, you can't run your body like you run that car, which is don't put nothing in it. As long as it's pretty and shiny, that's all that matters to Mom. That's the way, you know what I mean? So you can't run your body till it breaks and then expect just to go. That's what she'll do, run the car till it breaks, the whole thing falls off, and then go get it fixed instead of doing maintenance and stuff like that. So I told her, I said, Mom, you can't do that with your body. It doesn't work that way. They're going to say, well, I wish you'd have got here 6 months ago or, a couple years ago or something, too late now. So I don't, it's just, I didn't know what there's like a literal, like it was a thing. Like I thought just narcissist meant you're just all about yourself. I didn't understand the whole, like, everything behind it. But anyway, and she could, I told Angela, I said, now I didn't send Angela that money for to come down here. They're going to leave Friday and get here Saturday and stay and then leave Sunday or whatever. And then I'm gonna have to bring them probably back down. But then I was like, what if Mom like is just really, really like that alcohol withdrawal is so horrible and she's got herself dehydrated and she might like start to get with it now, but I'm freaked out, man. I'm freaked out. I know I talk shit and be like, but this is scary. I don't like I told her I went in there crying, saying, Mom, I don't know what to do. I was like, do you want me to go to the hospital? Do you want me to? I don't know. But she's coherent enough to know, you know what I mean? So it's not like she's like, and then she's gonna wake up the and say, no, I wanted to go to the hospital. I mean, she knows what's going on. She don't. I'm sure Mom's vain. She don't want to lose her hair and all that. And I mean, I just don't think there's any point in chemo. I don't. I read about it. I mean, they can do radiation for the bone, and kind of they can like tone it down to make it not grow and the hormone thing and all that. She has an appointment in Sun City in 2 days, which is like a 45-minute drive south, and I am not driving fucking the Exxon Valdez that far down. You know what I mean? And then get that thing out there, break down, have to tow it 45 minutes away, and I've done maxed out the Suncoast, and the damn Capital One ain't gonna be here for a few days, and all I have is a virtual card, yada yada yada. It's a nightmare. And I can't check the bank balance or get in there or do anything because, Mom, I pay all the bills. I have a whole checkbook right here in my thing. I do all that. But that's one thing. I have the debit card. I can go to the ATM. I know the PIN. I know everything. I know her social security by heart. But she has this control thing about that banking app. I don't have Suncoast on my phone. She only has it on her phone. And it's just a control thing. It's a control thing. And she uses it, she'll go and see where I'm at or what I'm spending. It's a control thing. So I don't, that's where she pays the Suncoast credit card through there and a one loan through the bank through that app. So I can't pay the Suncoast credit card payment because I can't get into that app and she ain't letting me in there. And I was going to go get her phone in a little bit and try to reset the password. And I was like, oh, Ryan, don't even start that today. And I've been fighting not to smoke weed because I'm doing good all day. I took a Seroquel earlier because I can feel I'm getting kind of like fidgety coming off all that weed because I was like doped up on that weed so hard for so long. But I don't want to do it. I'll make it through. Woe is me. But see, Pennywise, kind of like I told Beth Roche, it's her that's obsessed with me. Do you understand? Bridget's reading my text and my family's emails and text and stuff. They're reading that. They're obsessed with me. Beth is reading my emails and my family's private stuff and the communications between me and my friend. So they're obsessed with me. I'm not reading her daughter's emails or doing that kind of stuff or Beth's or anybody's. So no, I'm not the one with the obsession problem. But anyway, we don't want to go on about that. We don't want to turn Death Watch 2025 into a bummer. Oh my God, this is a nightmare. This is a literal nightmare. And then I told Angela. Angela's like, well, what are we going to do? Penny brought up Bridget. Oh, Jake, is that you? I know what he said, Jake, and I know what was in my text messages. And even for the 1% chance that I'm just thought that and he really wasn't doing it, which I know he was, y'all fucked with my head so much. That's the way it's always going to be. I'm always going to read into it, Jake. You fucked my head up, dude. Y'all fucked my head up. You fucked my head up, Jake. Don't start putting me in a bad mood, please. What? No, let me read this. Penny brought up Bridget. No, I could sell Jake if I'm a psychic. Pretend I'm like Sylvia Brown. If I was really trying to do it, I can see Pennywise there. He's looking down at a chat, and then JT or Angela or someone's feeding him some words to throw in there, and he says his little things, and then I think right when he said it, I knew it. I just wait. I said, don't look. I said, let it play out, Ryan. Play dumb, and I did it. And then I went back and listened. Went back and looked, read the text. And I was like, nah, it's not a coincidence. Not with what's been done to me. So that's fucked up. That's weird. I was literally talking about my mom's pee smelling fruity and all that, and about me being so. That's fucked up, Jake. That's sick. I was talking to my sister, hey, is mom dying or not? Wait, Jake, I can't see. Let me get my glasses or something, dude. My brain's fried. Watch out, cuckoo boy. Turn this up brighter. I don't feel like looking for glasses. See what it says. Penny brought up Bridget because they don't want anybody to know she is the master and chef of the psycho games. Yeah, you like me. Listen, Bridget cons everyone with her fluttering up. Well, Jake, I get a lot of things now that I didn't back then. I ain't got no beef with her. I just want my privacy, dude. Am I going to have to go to prison to finally, I'll be in prison and then I know I'll have my privacy. Unless Dina knows a security guard in the prison I'm at. This is not fun. But I'm proud of myself for doing it not stoned. How about that? How about that? Anyway, so how you doing, Jake? I'm moving to Tennessee. To Tennessee. I'm going to buy a $200,000 home on a lake and then get enough property there and it could be like a little family compound. They won't leave you alone, just saying. They talk with subliminal messages, lol. They talk with no name comments to make people out to be crazy. She does it with everyone. Anyways, have a good day, dude. Yeah, whatever, Jake. I don't care. I will say this. I remember you said something. Well, I remember you, Bridget. And look, Bridget, I don't. Whatever ends up happening happens. You know what I mean? I don't want you. I don't want the peons. I don't want. I know what you. But I know what I want is the person that sent you the picture of the flowers or told you to post a meme about the flowers. It had the. You know what I mean, Bridget? I remember JP posting on what do you call it? Oh, about like this mental illness where people think their lovers are talking to them in code. That's sick. That's sociopathic, Jake. I can tell you that much. That's sociopathic. Like that JP lady needs to be euthanized. Figuratively, I believe is how you say it. Like she shouldn't have access to the internet. That's a dangerous woman. And oh, Bridget bragging like a group of women did that to me, like her and Brenda and Corey and Linda or whatever. Like, what did you do, Bridget? What, try to unalive someone? Yeah, who thought of that and thought that is such a great plan? Let's suicide troll him and all this, and then have this fake birthday party thing where he's at Bridget's, and then we do these farting sounds and laugh at him and go guns, guns, David guns, and all that weird shit. That's what a normal mother, a normal aunt does, Jake. That's what normal people do, Jake. I've never done that. And maybe that's why I'm not normal, because I don't do that to people, Jake. Any person that would do that to someone like that, that's scary. Because I couldn't even dream up something like that, Jake. I was manipulative a little bit because I was infatuated with Alex. I wasn't like diabolical like y'all were, and like Bridget was, and like Linda was. And then you're fucking cowards and don't want to take responsibility for it. But you're going to take responsibility for it. The world's going to know what y'all did to me. You can play fake fighting with Bridget, just like Lindy was pretending she was fighting. Cat's DMs, and once I get into Cat's, then I can get into everybody's past DMs, Jake. All of them. Then I'm gonna be on front seat saying, "Told you fucking so." Those are some sick motherfuckers. Wait and see, Jake. Wait and see. I'm scared they'll sit there looking at the TV stamps. So anyway, on a lighter note, still doing it. I'm scared they'll sit there. Okay. Oh, yeah, I remember Linda put up the fake fighting thing, like she was fighting with Lindy, and then that it's so weird. Y'all are weird for that. Weird, Jake. And oh, I did. I don't know if this part was blocked out earlier when I was talking about Dina. It's one thing if Dina would have been kidnapped, Jake, and that was the like only time she'd accidentally, instead of dialing 911, drop the phone in the door and recorded. But she has a whole plethora of video. She's like the Blockbuster over there of getting I remember she was driving and he was banging on the car. What happened before that? All these times she can record, stalk and get this, do that, Nicole, and try to beat up on a girl. Dita's real smart. That's real mean to pick on someone that's, lower down the totem pole like that. You know what I mean? That's sick. That's sick, Dina. Even the cop was like, why are you doing that? Because you were like saying, I'm on this account pretending to be a boy talking to her, and you looked like a crazy person. You were manipulating a challenged girl to try to, because she took a picture and called you a bitch and doxed you or something. Anybody can type in anybody's name and find out where they live in 2 seconds. Doxing isn't really bad. Every single person, 100% of the people go on here and type someone's name in and Google it. So what's the difference of putting it out here? Everybody's doxed for years. I know my mom would walk by this door and whisper the F word and do all that stuff and go on and on and on. And the minute I would freak out, Jake, click, record. Every time, just like with the 2 times the police come here. Same thing. So I know how a narcissist work, and I see a lot of narcissistic traits in Dina, Jake. A lot. She's a fucking blockbuster video of Harold. It's crazy. Like who documents? Oh, it's like okay. After a little bit, I want to. It's. I can tell she's narcissistic. Only a narcissist would do what she did when it come to Nicole and all that, like about her body and all the catfishing stuff and the magazine cover, and then trying to be the domestic violence victim of the world. Fuck, y'all gonna suicide troll me and then me like get huff and puff because I question her story. And then I want to ask Harold's version of the side of the story, and then I'm a PDF because I want to ask somebody about a story, Jake. And I don't want Dina around my father's home. When I'm up there in Pennsylvania, I'll get a restraining order on against her because I think if the judge got Cat's DMs, then they could believe what I'm saying. It's easy. She's deceased. It shouldn't be a problem. And then the judge can see that I really am being stalked. So that way, when I'm up there at my dad's, I don't have to worry about Dina coming around my house like she did Nicole's. She drove from Tampa to fucking the panhandle of Florida because some girl called her a bitch on the internet and put her family's picture on there that Nicole got publicly. It wasn't like Nicole was sneaking around Dina's mobile home over there trying to get her on cam. And that's one thing. You're talking about not having any empathy. If you don't have any empathy for Nicole and you would do that, you ain't her fucking mama. You block her on the internet or, you know what I mean? It's like, come on. Are you that weak, Dina? That you only can fight with mentally challenged people? What a big woman you are. Wow. What a right fighter you are, Dina. Should be proud of yourself. I never saw, let's see, Vegas Barbie. I think Nicole used to post her stuff all the time. I didn't see Vegas Barbie say anything. You know what? Vegas Barbie made fun of her and said, oh, she's crazy and da 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 da. And she went on with her life. She wasn't down there trying to get a restraining order against a mentally ill girl because she knows she's mentally ill, Dina. I mean, not mentally ill, excuse me, that she's got challenges. That she learns different and you understand what I'm trying to say? I don't mean to disrespect Nicole, but you know what I'm saying. Dina's very smart. She's quick thinking. She's very manipulative is the word of the day. Very manipulative. I listened to her talk to that cop in the car or whatever. I can hear the way. Believe me, I know how to be manipulative too, so I hear it and I know it and I see it and I understand it. What are you doing, cuckoo boy? Oh, these cats. I don't want to move them from here. I know that's months off and who knows how long, but I'm still worried about it. Oh. And my dad's up there living alone. My niece went up there for a while and that didn't work out and all that drama, so I don't know. It's a lot. If you ever get a hair up your ass again, Dina, and you want to go toe to toe to someone, go toe to toe with me. We're on an equal footing. If that's like I used to say about Alex and Bridget, how they would go for people that are a little bit, slower. They wouldn't pick on someone their own, they'd go like that. You know what I'm talking about. I ain't gonna go through all that, but that says a lot about you as a person. When instead of protecting like the weak or the vulnerable, that you attack them like you did me. You knew I told him I was off my. I know, JL. That's why I'm going easy on you. That's sick. And you don't see me down there getting a restraining order against anybody, do you, Dina? No, you use and manipulate the law to your advantage, to use it to bully and terrorize people, Dina. I had never seen so many different attempts to get domestic violence and this and restraining orders when you type in your name in the clerk just in this county. It's insane. How many people have that many problems with people, Dina? That seems more like a you problem. When you've got like these multiple and are in the past and all these restraining orders, really? I think then you might be the problem, not all these people. That's what I think, Dina. And how did you end up with a bank robber? You're a real good judge of character there with men. First, we've got this guy, and he's in there, for cheese pizza or CP or whatever. Can't say the other word because my thing went earlier. That AI is listening. I mean, it didn't go cut off, but I could tell it pulled it from the thing and I put it on private. Anyway, I forgot what I was even saying, Dina. But I will not call you a bitch, Dina. I will not call you anything out of your name ever again. That much I promise you. But I will tell you you're a manipulator. I'll tell you that. And I think you have, I'm not a psychiatrist, so I can't diagnose you. But I would go to court to defend the truth that I think you are a full-fledged narcissist. Because it would only take a few people not to have empathy for Nicole to think you're anybody to go and do that. So there's that. We'll move right along from there. That's like with Tasha Teeling, who's always in the court system fighting. That shit eventually gets up to you. They catch up on you there. Them people would do anything to have something to get Tasha. She is pissed off so. I think it was this county. I don't know if it was Pasco and Polk, or if it's just like all these counties, and she's filing all these things and doing all this stuff, and her stalking people and getting Baker Act, and maybe stalking my mom down there at the Shell and all that stuff. Out by her work there. Scary. I've seen Tasha picking in the wall on meth before, trying to pick something out of there for like an hour straight. That's creepy. Sorry, Tasha. I don't want that around my house. Anyway, let me make sure this is going before I go out here. Or this is a 24/7 Death Watch stream. And then we're going to go on to the move-in stream. Well, first we're going to go selling the house streams, then the move-in stream, and then exploring the beautiful state of Tennessee in my 2022 Cadillac. That's what we're going to do. Stream. Well, first we're going to... Oh, I'm so glad I'm not stoned. I feel so much better. I can feel it. Now, all that weed with those all my medicine and stuff. I had Little Caesars earlier. Hold on, please. Excuse me. What a mess in here. This is how you know when you're depressed. When your counter looks like this because you don't want to do anything. Okay. I guess I should put this over here. Later, this can go. I'll do that later. When my, because I've always wondered this, back when I had that Samsung, that I think that's what that old Samsung that hadn't updated the privacy thing in years and all that, that's where I think they had got me to click on something that turned my camera on, because that's when Brian K says stuff about my balls, the bull with his balls thing, all this stuff, because that was rubber band cock ring thing on and all that, and that they had said something too. I know they said something about the Papa John's, but I'd opened this and I had my cam in here. I remember this big thing of baked beans, and then someone was typing something about in the chat baked beans. I was like, oh my God. It's crazy, man. I gotta make myself clean. Always keep a knife by the door so you can go. Oh, there's the property taxes. I wanted to see what they come to. I'm just gonna throw all that shit out here. All that's just gonna get thrown out in garbage. And I'll patch up all this. I'm gonna have to learn how to buy that thing to scrape all this off the ceiling. And I'll put those closet doors like in there, and this one too. And I'm gonna put, I think, white out here. I haven't decided if I'm gonna go. It depends on what I get, because I'm gonna get that cabinet done in granite. It's gonna sneeze, I think. Hold on. No, it's a fake sneeze. But I'm gonna get that done all in real granite because I like that there anyway, that color. Anyway, and I'm gonna get the doors there for that. So. And I'll do all the other stuff. I already found the wood. I'm going to do the wood part here, redo that over that and all that, because there's termite damage there before I got rid of termites and all that, and I'm going to have to fix all that and yada, yada, yada. Let's see how much the property taxes are. Now I'm paranoid this thing's cutting off all the time. Okay, no. Let's see. Hey, Google, are you on? Hey, Google, turn the big light on. Oh no, never mind. Hey Google, turn the floor lamp on. Hey Google. Oh, no, never mind. Hey Google, turn. Hey Google, set the floor lamp to 30%. Hey Google, turn off the big light. Thank you. Oh, excuse me. Hey Jake, you know why I'm going after Dina? For one, I think we're both on equal footing, like I said. And two, y'all fucked with my friend's privacy, Jake. Do you think I'm gonna let that slide? Think I'm gonna let that slide, buddy boy? I've known that girl since I was 14. Y'all aren't gonna do that to that girl. She ain't never done a bad thing to anybody in her life. I can promise you, you're gonna pay for that too. Legally, of course. Okay. This payment is 260 by the 30th, so I'll pay that on the 16th when her Social Security check deposits. I got 14 more days to that, but I think I have like about 500 in the bank. And then that other Capital One card will be here like Saturday or Monday, and that's 2,000 there. So, and then that Amazon card, I ain't gonna go to all my financial business, but yeah, I'm on the taking care of everything properly like I should for the estate here. Hey Google, turn the on. Oh, I need to wash all this. Oh no, I didn't say that. Hey Google, turn off. Hey Google, turn off the ceiling fan light. Hey Google, turn off the big light. Hey Google, turn off the floor lamp. I need to buy Alexa. Those are like 4 years old. I think dust is inside them or something, the microphone. So how you been, John Thompson? How's your wife? I hope good. I hope she's doing good. Hope you're doing good too. I know absolutely nothing about your daughter, so I'm not going to ask about her. I don't know her age, don't know her name. I've never seen a picture of her, so I have more respect than you do, Jake. I mean, not Jake, John. Ain't that crazy? If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't know Jeremy Hopper's real name. I wouldn't know Brad's real name. All thanks to you, John Thompson. So thank you for that, buddy. Uber Eats. Well, I already used Uber Eats. I want them Uber Eats. What you doing, Cuckoo Carlos boy? He's the smartest one. He was the most like aggressive when he was little. He'd climb up. Oh my God, I'm obsessed with those cats. I've been with them every single day since they were born. They were born April 10th of last year, I think. Oh, woe is me. I think I'm gonna take some of this RSO oil. And she's got her pain pills and stuff in there by her pillow on the other side of the bed. I ain't messed with none of that. I can't. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't. She's like that bad off. So it's RSO oil. I'm probably the only one that kind of likes the way that tastes. Oh, it's me. You think, what else can I talk about? Jake. Did they, who was it that called my grandma's house? I don't know if she talked to Jerry or my grandma and said we had gotten the wreck at the Olive Garden. Who was that? Was that John Thompson? Or is that like Nick Abbott, or was that you, Jake? Hmm? I don't believe that Luna Ghost Destroyer is Stewie's girlfriend. I think Luna Ghost Destroyer, they want me to think is her girlfriend like they wanted me to think Crystal was. If I had to say who's, let's go back into my Sylvia Brown. If I, look, Sylvia Brown was a smoker too. Okay, if I was Sylvia Brown, let me think. Let me go to the spirit realm here. Who is this little Alex dating? Please tell me, spirits. I'm seeing a letter. I'm trying to move the smoke to see the letter. It looks like a H. Is that a snake I see? I don't know. My vision's going out. I can't see. Or wait, is that a Canadian flag? I don't think it's Bridget. I think I was made to think it was Bridget. I mean, they could have. I'm sure they were talking. I don't know. I don't know. I don't care though. I mean, I really don't. If that is his, I just haven't, you know, I've got some things going on here and stuff, but I will look into it. I don't even, I think I did see that comment, that name on a comment under a video or something when I was looking the other day, and I'd seen it and I knew, I think it was on Boris's or something. Yeah, I didn't click on the channel because I was like, nope, because I was afraid to be in suicide role, but I'll look into it when I have some time. I'll feel better tomorrow once I have another good night's sleep with this weed out of my system. I just use this RSO a couple times a day and I'll be fine. Oh, this is so much drama. I have no desire to like, oh, so much. And the real estate market is horrible right now. It's horrible. I've seen houses on there. They're sitting and they're sitting and they're dropping. And it's like, ugh. But it's gonna be a while because I have to finish fixing this place up. I have to worry about getting some money coming in and all that, and I'm gonna have to figure all that out and the SSI thing, and I have to figure it all out. It's a lot. Just a lot. Oh. And I'll tell you this because I think, and I'll be honest, let's be honest. I'm going to be honest, really, really honest. Okay. Yesterday, I think this is my belief. I don't know if it's true. When I went over there and was trying to get on Jake's, remember all that, and had to do all that, download the StreamYard app, it took me like 10 minutes or whatever. Get over there. And so then I went on the panel because I had subbed to him when I did or whatever because I had to get in there. So then I didn't unsub him like when I got off and whatever. So I saw his feed on there and I saw that video of Stewie's on there. And I was like, because I really hadn't listened to his voice. 'Cause I can't even tell you. And that's the honest to God's truth. I hadn't listened, just hadn't listened. And I listened and it was like, almost like, who is that? Like, I didn't even like, almost like, you know what I mean? It's just, wow. Like, when I'm like, sober and sane and it's like it just sounded like almost a different person. It's just weird. It's weird how it's just weird, like from then to now, how like my mind is like, I can't believe I was over there, you know what I mean? It's just crazy. I mean, I got no before all this happened, like whatever, I ain't got no hate against Alex. If you wouldn't have had them went real life in me in any way, Alex, I wouldn't have had a beef really with anyone. Oh, I was pissed a little bit about the suicide, the whole trolling thing at the end and all there and that. But if it would have just been that, Alex, and no emails, no nothing like that, no drone over my backyard, none of that shit, then I could have just, it wouldn't have been like it's gonna be. You know what I mean? But I ain't got no hate for you, dude. I ain't got no love for you, but I ain't got no hate for you. You know what I'm saying? But I will not be leaving you this house anymore. I'm sorry that I'm gonna have to rip that will up. And I think there's also a check, a fake check I wrote you. I'm gonna have to cancel that, sir. I'm sure Hazel can take care of you, or you can move to Canada, or you and Bridget can ride on her mobility scooter. I don't know. Don't care, but I wish you the best. I do. Now, there's some people I don't wish the best, Alex. Can you think? We talked for a long time. Can you think who I would really like, would love for them to get a little justice from the legal system? Can you think who it would be? Alex, let's scratch the first person off the list. No, it is not my ex friend Jackie. I want other things for her. I don't want her to go to prison. I don't want anybody to go to well, the one person, but like in general, Dina, I wouldn't mind going because I think that would be like the most beautiful mugshot in the world. Talk about putting that on a tattoo magazine cover. Oh my God, can you even imagine how beautiful that would be to have a 2025 or 2026 mugshot of Dina? Oh Lord. Oh, it just gives me goosebumps. Want me to call up the lawyer and put the retainer down now with that Capital One? Like, get me Cat Klein's DM. Here's $2,000. What does it say? Every Stewie video ends with him saying, "It's me and you, Crystal." Well, listen. If Alex really is with someone, then I really am happy for him. Look, he's not a bad person. Lindy's not a burst. Lindy ain't out there boiling bunnies, even though she acts like it sometimes. Alex isn't a horrible person. I'm not a horrible person. I'm not a great person, and I used to be a horrible person. I used to be a very horrible person. Now, I'll tell you who is horrible. That JP lady, that baby tooth lady, she needs to go to church 7 days a week and maybe twice actually on Sunday. That's all I know. And the other one that I said I wouldn't mention her, but I did say the one that starts with the M, those two, and then the one in Ohio. Oh, that I think I don't know. That's a hard one. Who would I like to be in jail for my torture that was done to me? Mara or Beth Roach? That is a hard one. Mm. I'd say okay if they stay in there 5 years, I'll go in there 3 years if both of them can go. Something like that. No, I don't want you to go to prison, Lindy. I honestly don't. I honestly don't. That is so long ago, Lindy. People change. People change. I've changed in 3 years. I'm a little scandalous sometimes. I can ride the line and go over the line sometimes when it comes to little stuff. So it's not, we use things on here against people, but you didn't like murder no one, and things happen. Things happen, Lindy. They happen. But I think you should have been more grateful and had some gratitude that you didn't have to do that probation and have to pay all that money and do all that bullshit. You really got lucky because the way the system is, unless someone really wanted to go poop, 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 poop on their desk every day in person, then you're pretty good to go. But if someone like was to really push it and make them get the paperwork and put it in the system and yada yada da, 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 then yeah, you'd have a problem. But I don't want you to be in prison. Police ignored you and you couldn't get Lindy. I don't want her in jail. That's probably Lindy, because only Lindy talks about Lindy. Go away, Lindy. Oh, I can't. Can't. See, oh, Luna Ghost is not. Oh my God. Why do y'all act? Really? Let's be serious here. Like serious. Let me get my mouth is so dry, especially because I took that RSO oil. Hold on. Now let me dehydrate myself with a cigarette. What was I saying? Oh, okay. I don't. If I wanted Lindy to be in prison or get her thing taken care of, believe me, she would have been. All I have to do is be really, really annoying and make them put that in the system. Because remember, if you remember back a year or two ago, I called them live on this channel. Might be the other one still over there, probably a short. And she said they had updated the system. What they got in, there's still a bunch of paperwork in the older cases they never got to because the more current cases were more pressing and yada yada yada. So they just got all that stuff that has to manually be scanned in those computers to put in that new system. Because hers was a long time ago, so they had redid the system then, and they have all those warehouses and things. So they started with the newer cases, putting them in the system. And I guess at a certain point, they just didn't fuck with the ones that were just so old that weren't like violent, murderers out or, like bad criminals. Anyway, where does it go? So yeah, if I wanted Lindy in trouble, I know exactly what to do. I don't want her to go to jail. Now, Mara, Beth, and JP, if they would have to go to jail for 10 years each, I would go for 5. Like if God come down or the devil come up and gave me a deal, I would say, okay, deal. I'll go for 5 if they can go for 10. I would do that. And I do want to go over my criminal charges just for the record. in case the police are listening one day. In 1998 or 99, I think I had it was a criminal mischief or felony or something for a tag I took off a car, and it wasn't nothing like bad. Or maybe it was with Jean Paul's car. But anyway, it was with my first boyfriend. All that stuff and the violation, the house arrest, and I ended up finishing my time and did that year in county jail. Then after that, I'm trying to think. I think I had took because Christy lived down here on Magnolia, and there was a pawn shop right over there, and I had been living with her and this girl Stacy, and we lived right here. Mom lived here. $400 a month rent was back then, and now it's like 1,300. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. And so we had gotten a fight, or I was wanting to go do ecstasy or booze or something like that. So I had went over. I had some jewelry that was in a little jewelry box, and I took it and went to the pawn shop and pawned it and whatever. And then we made up, and then but I had that charge, whatever, and I like settled the charge and I paid her the restitution, and we've still been friends ever since. It was just something stupid like that. It wasn't nothing like I'm out here stealing from anybody. And then what? And then I think there's like some probably battery ones because I told you I'll fight anybody, even if I got my ass beat. I ain't a pussy. You can look at all my pictures. See, most of the times I got my ass beat, but I still fought back. That one time I got my ass beat, and then when he turned around and started walking that way, I picked up his bike and threw it on the back of his car, busted his windshield out, and hauled ass. So how about that? Anyway. So I'm really not. And then I had that, I was all fucked up, and that cop pulled me over, and I'd been doing ecstasy all night, and I was going to buy GHB, and he's like, "You're going to jail." And I was like, "No, I'm not." He's like, "Oh, yes, you are." And then he hog-tied me and put me back, and I went to jail and bonded out. And that was it. I mean, I got arrested once when I was drinking in the Winn-Dixie because I'd been up for days, manic in there, and me and Mom were there. So I'd gotten my food step. I was like towards the, back a little bit after the Great Recession. Oh, and that's it. And then they come in here to get me for that, and there was a gun here, and then that shotgun, it was here over against the wall because it was my grandpa's, and it was here, and it was just nothing. And they said, "Look, it didn't even work." I lied and said, "You can test it. My fingerprints ain't even on there." And they just bought it in the long run. But I'm sure my fingers were on there for touching it, moving it. But they just dropped it down to that misdemeanor because I wasn't out running around with a loaded gun or something. It was just in my vicinity. You know what I mean? So I'm not a lifelong criminal, Shan man. And then with the tranny thing, I said that the transgender thing last night, I was in the county jail during that year county, or maybe it was, I think I was in there for maybe the grand theft. I don't remember if it was after, I don't even remember. But anyway, I had met that transgender at the Hillsborough County jail. Let me make sure this is going because I just hit all these buttons. Oh, excuse me, I got indigestion so bad. Jail. Okay. And so I'm like, I was up on the top. There's like the top part of the jail. You walk down the stairs, and there's like the main lounge area, but there's rooms down there too. So I wake up in the morning, and I walk down there, and I'm starting to walk, and I look, and I'm like, "Is that a woman sitting there?" I'm like, grab my eyes and look, and she just like, it looked like a woman. Her name was Brooke Montana. But it was this transgender black lady, and I was young. Maybe you'd have to go back and look, like maybe 19 or something. I don't even know. And I talked to her during the day. All the guys in there were talking to her because it was crazy. I mean, back then that was kind of a rarity versus these days. You know what I mean? Hold on, let me get my cigarette lighter. And so then I become friends with her. Well, she was doing all that check fraud to pay for her boobs and, all that stuff back then. That's how those trannies did that. So anyway, she was in with this whole like connected through the state of Florida, all these transgender people, and they'd steal people's IDs, and they could go back from men to women because they were transgender. And they had like a whole, like they would get clubs in Ybor City, and like younger people try to use a fake ID, like somebody else's ID to get in, or they lose them there. All those IDs they would give to those people. They'd get all these IDs everywhere and start doing it. It was easier to do all that scams back then and go open banking accounts and write all these bad checks because back then it used to take time for the checks, and they'd print out checks. Anyway, it was the whole thing. So I didn't do none of that. That's when that guy wanted to be out with her, and he come pick me up at the jail, and he was telling her, "Oh, I didn't know you. didn't tell me he was fat, da 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 da." And I was like, "Oh, I was only like 200 pounds." And it was really horrible. And then he locked me in the house in there and then did all that shit. It was weird. And then the next day he took me down there, and he had that gun in the glove box and all that, and made sure to point me, and he gave me these clothes to put on, and he told me to go into the Winn-Dixie, and he gave me this check. He said, "Just buy a carton of cigarettes for yourself and tell him you want to cash a check and pay for it with the check, and then bring me the rest, and then we'll be even for the bond." And I was like, "Okay, deal." So I went in there and he said, I'll sit outside in front for you. Well, I went in there and I did what he said and everything. And then everybody, lady at Norma said, hold on, let me go back and get my manager to verify this real quick. And did it. And then they're like trying to, hold and wait. And like, and then I said, oh, something's up here. And so I tried to run out. And then the guy grabbed me there, the Winn-Dixie guy. And lo and behold, there must have been a damn police right down the road because they were there in a quickness. And then that guy pulled off. So, and then the rest is history. I never even testified them. I took that charge. I took it. It was like uttering a forged instrument. I took it because I wasn't gonna fucking go, testify against those people. So yeah. Mm-mm. And that was all that whole stream of consciousness there come from that one thing about Lindy there, Robin. So Robin, I can't see your picture, but I'm sure you're lovely, Robin. Uh, what's the deal with this Luna ghost? Oh, and before that, what's up with that Yuri? Chicken Arise is Yuri? Is that really who that is? I would have never guessed that. I forgot all about all that Yuri stuff, and he went up to Canada and took her money and come back. Oh my God, I forgot all that drama. That was horrible. Shame on you, Yuri. I used to like Luna Moon too. And that one lady, I can't remember her name in Canada. I liked her too for the most part. Uh, I'd watch her sometimes. Used to be a nurse or something. Shame on you, Yuri. Oh. Oh, Domino's. No Domino's. No, thank you. I got a notification from Domino's. This is such a nightmare. And I did tell Mom, Angela's like, well, what are we going to do to bury or whatever? It's going to be expensive. I said, why? I come up with a compromise because I wanted to bury her next to Grandpa in that lot there because we got 3 plots left over there, that Riverview Cemetery. And I was like, I'm going to have her cremated. I'm going to bury the damn urn right there so she can be next to Grandpa, and that'll be $2,000 instead of 12. Luna Ghost Destroyer is from Girl World and lives in East Texas with Stewie. Well, I hope they have a beautiful life together. I truly do. I'll tell him when they have their marriage or whatever, tell him to let me know and I'll send a, gift card over or a fruit basket or something. Fruit basket, lol. That RSO's kicking in. I do have to stay off the weed for a little bit, though. I gotta have my head straight because this really is serious. Like, I know I'm gonna like destroy everybody's life and do all that stuff, but that's like months away. I've got so much to do before then. Just kidding. Mm-mm. And then for probate, if I do the will thing, that's what makes it complicated too, because I was looking up the laws. Like, if it's willed to me, then I get to keep the real property value that's with hers. If I do it where it's gifted to me, like if I go do it tomorrow in a quick claim deed, then I go for the new appraised value. See, once the appraisal value, like if you look on the tax property appraiser, she's owned this since 1992, so hers is real low. But then if I'll get it, then it'll go back up, and so I'll have to pay the capital gain. The difference in that is something that's complicated. I asked ChatGPT and it figured it out for me, but yeah. But at worst, I'd have probably paid, like, if I sold it for 350 by the time the real estate part and all that, I think I'd have to pay like maybe like 30,000 in capital gains taxes. But that's a fucking nice used Cadillac, so I don't know. I'll figure it out. Because that's one thing my grandpa always told me. That's one thing you'll never want to fuck with is the federal government. They got every resource and all the money in the world, and if they want you, they'll get you. Because Grandpa sold coke all those years and weed, like where they'd bring in coke from the Bahamas, my cousin Curtis, and then drop bells of marijuana up there and sting Hatchie off that thing. I was like, all this stuff for like way back in the day. And Grandpa never got caught up, never got busted. He kept his real estate license and he never sold anything. He just kept it all those years just because it was interesting to him. And he kept his license up. I've got cards over and all that. He never did. He owned like gold, pawn shop, like all that. Grandpa was like smart, like but eccentric. So he's like into all these different things. He looks like Santa Claus with a big beard. I've got a newspaper article he was in there because he had these vats in his backyard where he decided he was going to start an aquatic plant nursery and sell them on the internet. And this was, I think, dial-up was still there because he come up with all these crazy ass things. I used to grow marijuana and these huge ass, the semi truck things, like have all the lights in there and grow the weed and do all that. There's always money around. Oh. And I love mom. There, I do have good memories with mom. It's just that alcohol. It is that alcohol. Some people can drink it. My grandpa was never like that. But mom was just like me, but probably even worse. Just a complete personality, like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde kind of switch. So, because I remember I can see things of mom being a narcissist and all that I understand, like back in the day, but she was never like the way she was, like drinking, like the way she's been, like the last 10 or 12 years. Like she's been, I'm telling you, it's like 3-part Lifetime movie. The things I could say that she has done and terrorized me and just been horrible. Like I can be a smart ass, I can be mean, but I'm real a people pleaser, do anything for you. I like to make people happy. I remember grandpa used to give me my allowance and I could not, and this is the honest to God's truth. What are you saying, Robin? You are you are not getting all my comments. I'll look in a second. I'm gonna lose this train of thought. Oh, Grandpa would give me my allowance, and I would be so excited to go to Walmart or go to Kmart to buy my sister a gift or my mom or my dad. Like, I wouldn't buy myself something. I'd want to buy because it makes me feel good inside to give to know someone else to get that feeling. Because I like to get stuff, you know what I mean? I like things. And so when I like to give people things, I know it makes them happy. It makes me happy, making them happy. So I like that feeling. It made me feel better to actually give it to someone than have it myself. That's the way I am, Alex. That's why I gave you my last $20. That's not just, I would do that to anybody. I gave the bum on by the gas station the last money I had. So that's just how I am. Let me try to figure this out. So I'm going to go in a minute and finish eating my pizza and maybe take a nap. Seroquel too, I took earlier. I took it like an hour and a half ago, so it kind of mellowed me out. Uh, chat, top, chat, fans. I figured it out last time. Hold on. I can't. How do I do it? What's this? Okay, chat filter, top, all messages. There we go. Let me go back up. Okay, now I can see him. Okay, is that even the real Jake? Let me see. Channel, I don't want to see. Yeah, that's the real Jake. Jake, don't. I know you're probably talking to Bridget yesterday, doing all that, dude. You're a weirdo, dude. You're a weirdo, and karma's gonna come her way. Cause I'm sorry, she's not a good woman if she participated in that, Jake. And I'm sorry, and I don't know why everybody wants to shield her. Why does everybody want to shield her? I don't understand. Like, then why did she get into it? It could have been, you know what I'm saying, Jake? Sorry, dude. I remember when my mom, Jake, well, she had money to get that dog fixed for so long. Boy, when the window was broken or it was something she needed, she'd go to that bank and get a loan. And she made me wait that tax return to the next tax return. I was even telling Angela, I remember even when Toby's hip was bad, and I was going to the store and I'd say, please, mom, don't let Toby out back because I don't want him to run because he'll mess his hip up more. Every time I'd come home, he'd be in the backyard, Jake. So anyway, okay. Luna Ghost Destroyer is Stewie's girlfriend. You're a dumbass because Hazel is with Canadian Bacon. No. Every Stewie video ends with him saying, it's me and you, Crystal. Police ignored you and you couldn't get Lindy in jail. What was that? Your boyfriend who gave you AIDS? Oh, no. I'll tell you. Do you want to hear the HIV story? Okay. I'm not a hoe. I've always been in long-term relationships. I like love. I like the way sex is when you're in love with someone, just the way everything, you know what I mean? It's just different than when you're with a random person all the time. You don't, you know what I mean? You have to be with somebody a couple times, learn their body, and you get in, you know what I'm saying? So I like that. So I've never been a hoe. And when after Brian died, then like kind of got off the pills for a little bit, but then I was drinking and then I was doing meth just a little. Like I'd do some, like if I was out drinking a lot and I was getting too drunk, I'd do a little bit of meth to sober me up, you know what I mean? So I wouldn't be like falling down drunk like that. Not like to, sit around. I had sit around and done it for days, but it's not my thing. I get too freaked out and paranoid and start seeing people and shit. I don't like all that. But anyway, where was I going with that AIDS? Oh yeah. So I ended up going with this one guy. I'd met him at some bar I was with, and he was older, like not older. I was in my 20s. So I was like, what, 28 or 7? I don't know, whatever, 2005. Uh, and I went home with him. I met this bar. I was off of like Hillsborough Avenue in Tampa there. It was this gay bar. I don't even remember how I got there. Oh, yeah, I do. I remember mom had that red GMC Jimmy then. Anyway, so I drove there, yeah, because then he drove me out to St. Pete, and I left the mom's GMC Jimmy at the gay bar there. And so we were doing meth and ecstasy and all. I mean, he was a drug dealer. We get to the house, he got like bottles of Xanax bars and all that shit. And so we just stayed up for a couple of days having sex there. And then he ended up paying some guy to take me back to that place so I could get the car, all that stuff. And mom was pissed because the car, it was a whole thing, if you can imagine. So anyway, and then I had to come hung out with him a couple other times. And then I had noticed my lymph node was swollen on the side of my neck. And it was just all by kind of luck, really, that I ended up getting tested and all that, because I could have went for years without it. Anyway, and then I knew someone else, so we knew that guy. And then that's really the only person. I'd been with one other person sexually during that time period. So it was either him or him. And then I talked to somebody else that had got it from him. So that's who it was. It was that drug dealer guy, because he was just on meth constantly at that. He was selling meth at that gay resort there in St. Pete. So it was a bathhouse gay resort thing. And anyway, so he was just having all kind of sex for days on that meth and everything. Anyway, so that's how. Next. Luna Destroyer is from Girl World. I think you should live up to your rep and go after them, especially Luna. You are not getting all my comments. I just, now I will admit, sometimes I'll start thinking about stuff and ooh, I just want to go run Stewie over. I just want to run through that iron gate fence right into his house. Uh, but then I usually 5, 10 minutes later, I kind of cool down and think, I just I was mean to Alex, even if he was trolling me. If I was a nice, normal person back then and I would have treated him nicely, even if he was trolling, if I wouldn't have been running my mouth, all that stuff. So, I kind of think since I don't know. It's just all weird, and I don't understand because when he told me that because I was aggravating him, saying I sent you a link. Oh God, I clicked on that link. We were trying to scare him or something. Like I knew where he was by clicking a link or something. I don't know. And then finally, when I realized that he'd been trolling me there and all that at the end and all that stuff, and then he told me, "Oh, you shouldn't have clicked that," and that's when I snapped. That is the moment in time where my brain went boop. So, and I remember messaging him on Twitter or something after making another thing. I was like, "Did you troll me?" Because I was crying. I was doing that. It was horrible. It was the worst feeling in the world. It made me, because then I was like, oh my, I started thinking about it. In my brain, that's when it split. That's the moment. I started thinking, oh my God, because it was so innocent. It was so like, even though it was just, that's what it happened. That's when it happened right then. So, that is the moment in time that I snapped, and I've never been the same since. It's a very sad story. They should really make it into a TV movie, if you ask me. And Stewie's a decent guy. I want him to be happy with someone. I do. Like even not even as a guy, just as a person. He's not. Everybody's got their issues. I can be a jerk. He can be a jerk. But Lindy, there is no forgiving going real life on me. That is horrible. That's why I'm more mad at you, Lindy, about that than I am Alex, because I didn't wasn't like as friendly for 7 years. You talks every day, so I would have never done that to you. I remember saying one time, Lindy, I'd have to go back. I still have all those every single. I don't have all yours except from April, but I have his all the way back for years before we even talked every day on that laptop. It goes back time to the very first time he like messaged me to ask me for Nick Abbott's things. So I have me and Stewie's whole like ever uh communications all the way up until like the beginning of August. I think it goes to August 7th. But then by that point, they had suicide trolled me so much, there was no helping me then. I wouldn't have had the sense in my head to download it all like that. You know what I mean? Because I remember back to stuff because I was selling my mom's silver jewelry she had at the end there to give Stewie money and stuff. And then he would like say, "Oh yeah, I've got to go in this house just a minute. My mom sold some silver jewelry to this guy, whatever, and I've got to bring." And I remember all these things he was saying. Now that I think back, that's when my brain snapped because I started thinking back the thing he said, and was that something that he said, "Oh yeah, my dad are arguing about all that," and so I started thinking, was they listening in my house from that? And all that's when it all my brain split into a million different. That's when I started going and trying to figure this and doing this and thinking, remember, and it ain't never stops and said it. That's the honest, the God's truth on a stack of money. Oh, it's very sad indeed. I need something. What? Need some water, I think. More water or something. What happened to that Luna Moon? I remember Luna and that toothless bulldog were friends for a while or something. Oh, that's where the one went earlier still. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I'm gonna have to get it together and clean this house and everything before they get here. And Mom is gonna be pissed. Oh, I keep hitting those buttons. See if it turned it off that time. It's already 5. I gotta get it off here. Oh, testing, testing. Okay. And Mom's gonna be mad, mad, mad. So if she is just like gonna start getting better in the next couple of days, she's gonna throw a fit. But I don't think she is. Because I told her, I was like, Angela, I tried to scare her. I said, well, Angela and Dad are going to say, I was like, well, Angela's going to go, no, she ain't. She ain't coming in my house. I said, what are you going to do, Mom? So if she throws a fit, oh, well, it's my sister. I want her to come down here. I want her, because I asked her, I said, Angela, I said, I'll send you the money right now. I said, that's up to you. I said, if you, I want you to think back one day that you didn't. I said, even if she lives another a month or a year, I said, if I want you to come down here, then that's fine. So you have the opportunity. And she said, yeah, I kind of do. I said, okay, well, I'll send it over. Because that's why they want to move to Tennessee or somewhere like that, because he makes good money. They're paying like $3,200 a month in rent, I think it is. So if they didn't have rent or extremely small mortgage, they would be doing a lot better. I couldn't imagine paying $3,000. Back when Mom paid payments on this house, it was like $615 or something. It's insane. And that was only for like a 20-year mortgage, I think, or something. Insane in the membrane. Breathe, Ryan. It's all going to be okay. Thank you, Ryan. No, I was telling Angela that too. I don't know if I said it earlier, that when I went over to Grandma's, started going over to Grandma's, and every time I did something, they were so appreciative. And I would just start crying because I wasn't used to it. You know what I mean? Mom too lazy to get from the bed to the toilet in there, so she'd piss in the garbage can drunk and then get back in the bed and go to sleep, and I'd have to go and clean the piss out and the thing every single day and rinse it out and do all that for years. When she finds time to walk by my door going, faggot, you know. So, again, you are dumb, Luna Moon. I swear, if I had to, I would bet. Let me see, who is this Robin lady? She don't have 2 years. Wait, 2 subscribers on 5 years ago. I don't know, Robin, if I trust you, girl. You're giving me Lindy vibes. Again, you are dumb, Luna Moon, and I know. Oh, I know that. I know they're different people. I was just saying I probably was like a little out of like done the brain for a minute. No, I know they're different. Uh, I was just that made me think of that Luna Moon over there. I didn't think he was dating the Luna Moon the from over at Tribes, but I remember them saying, "Oh, it's Hazel, Hazel, Crystal's Hazel," but I wouldn't do nothing to Hazel. If they got gratification from doing that to me, then that's their karmic. That's their that God will get the universe has a way. I've got every punishment I deserve in my life for everything I did, and if that's the same way for everybody, then I have pity on their souls. So best of luck to them. Hazel, I'm sure, is a nice lady. She finally found her a guy. you know, I'd rather it be with hey, her and Alex than her and Sig. Of course, you could get with Sig Hazel, and then he could leave you that house, and I'd buy it from you. Can you do me that deal real quick, Hazel? Go over there and call up Sig for me. What would you and Sig talk about at night? Did you use your little sexy voice, Hazel? And that's so creepy. Can you imagine going from Hazel to JP? Oh, Lord. Talk about a downgrade. Hazel Ith with, I don't know who Canadian Bacon is. He announced it, and so did she. Again, you're getting info. I think after the way I have been suicide trolled, I don't believe anything here. And I feel like I'm being peer pressured into the Hazel's this person, and they're really, it's like y'all are trying too hard or something. It's like y'all are worried that I'm gonna go after Hazel, thinking that's the way to get Stewie back. Is what the vibes I'm getting. That's like I'm in my Sylvia Brown mode now. And that's the vibes I'm getting. Y'all, so put on the brakes there a little bit. Lord, I told you I'm of right mind now. I'm a little bit psychic. Bacon is OG, but I know I've seen his channel before in Slab City and Home Base. Okay, well, if whoever Hazel was with, best of luck to her. Um, don't get your um, nose ring in the pubic hair or whatever. Best of luck to you. I'm not infatuated with Stewie anymore. Anybody that would do that to me, I don't want any. I wish them nothing but their karma. That's all. I don't have any kind of feelings. I gave, for once in my life, trolling or not, I gave someone respect when it come to their family, and I never uttered anything. I was never creepy. I never asked names. I gave him the utmost respect when it come to his family that I never gave anybody before, not Jean Paul, not anybody. And he went real life on me, so that shows the character. I would never, ever have anything to do with someone like that. So best of luck to him, and hopefully he doesn't end up in jail when this all comes to the grand finale. So best of luck to you. I just want to know who it was. Was it Angelo, or was it John Thompson, or was it Secret Stuff, or who was it? I just had this feeling, unless Brad knew somebody or somebody knew somebody, because if JT could have did something like that, he did a long time ago. Unless it really, I don't know. I'll figure it out. My brain won't stop until I figure it out. So, oh, bacon is okay. I do remember that. I've seen in the channel around, and I just it's too much. But I've seen that person around. I think I've seen him at Abe's or something. They wouldn't even be having to worry about this if they wouldn't have went real life on me. But he is not anybody that I'm purposely going to be going after. Neither is Hazel. Why would I? I know what I need to do. So, And if Linda did really call that day, then she done got herself, because I've got her on a stream of mine. And then her doing that. And then I have screenshots over their Twitter saying I ain't got no association with you, even though she's over here on my channel talking to me about Corey and telling me to just smoke some weed and chill out when I'm like all frantic and stuff. Believe me, yeah. She done got herself all fucked over. Luna Ghost Destroyer went real life on you too. She should go after them. Check the. Why are you trying? I don't want to. It's like y'all are trying to make me go look or something, Rob. And something. I'm getting like some weird vibes. I don't want to go after anybody like that. I'm not over there looking. I give Alex his respect. I don't want him to have some creepy man over there watching every his move. I give him respect even after what he did to me, just like I give him respect about his family back then. I give him his privacy so he doesn't have to feel like some 48-year-old man's over there creeping on me all the time. Because I'm not a horrible person. My conscience is clean. My karma is good. I've atoned and I've already paid my karma for everything I've done in my life. The people that still have their karma due, those are the people that should be shaking in their boots. JP, Mara, Beth. Those are the top three on my radar. And if Corey gets brought down with that, oh well, Corey, third strike, you're out. I never did anything to your family in real life, Corey, except take screenshots and put on Twitter of your boys that not once, twice, they're in two different sets of underwear each time on front of a camera with 40 or 50 weirdo creeper boy people watching. And people were in the chat were saying, hey, 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 move the camera, whatever. Da 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 da. It wasn't a one-time thing, Corey. Lindy called you out. There's streams about it. So yeah, what was me? And Mara going on and on all those years trying to make me feel guilty about posting that picture of her daughter's rental house that she was moving out of. I wish that house would fall on you, Mara. If I had one wish, that would be it. What did Luna Ghost Destroyer do to me? I do remember one time, I'll tell you this one time. I was sitting here on the phone. I think I had just done something on YouTube. I don't know. I probably didn't have a VPN. I don't remember if it was an email. I don't remember what it was. It was something. I think someone's at the door. Hold on. Or is that the cat's banging on something? Let me go check. I would have got a notification. That sounds just like the door. But these cats bounce around. Hola. Nobody there. Anyway, this one time I was sitting there and I was doing something on you. I put my phone down. It was sitting there. It was ring ring, and it was this like Spanish girl or something. And they had said something. It was like they were kind of laughing and said something. I don't remember what it was, and they hung up. I don't know. If anybody knows Pennywise's legal name and address, can you please make a troll account and go leave it in a comment on some video of mine somewhere? Thank you. I've been thinking about that. I need to know who, because I remember it. I've got the clip over there on my old iPad that isn't hooked up to the thing. I did it on the screen, recorded the whole thing. He goes, because I'm like moving away about that, and he's like, bring up Bridget. I'm like, da, 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 and he brought it up again, and then he started saying the things that were in the text. So I think he was looking at a chat in there. Isn't that crazy, Bridget? Shame on you. What a creeper you are, Bridget. Over there reading stuff between me and my friend Christy, or reading stuff between me and my sister. What a weirdo you are. I couldn't imagine being that obsessed with someone. I guess I should be flattered if it wasn't so creepy, Bridget. That's even creepier than Lindy. At least I know Lindy. I don't know you like that. You know what I mean, lady? Pretty creepy. If you wanted to read about my mom's piss, got God, y'all are. Between my shit and mom's piss, y'all just can't get enough. Creepy, creepy people. So, in Bridget, I need you to make a video. What did I ever do to you, Bridget, that deserved everything that come my way? I remember when you were trolling me and Kimberly Starr was over there about the money. Oh, I remember all that weird shit, Bridget. I hope it's not been. I hope that one day your family turns on the news or sees an article on the internet and sees what you did to me when the world's gonna find out, Bridget. I don't want you in jail. I don't want you in court. I just want everybody that sees you to know what you did to me. That when you're walking down the street, you're like, hey, that's that lady that I saw on that show about da 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 when she's doing suicide, and all these people are connected in these communities. Could you imagine? It'd be on Netflix, Bridget. That's what I want. I want the world to know what you did to me. That's gonna be y'all's punishment. And if I can get Cat's DMs without having to do anything to put y'all in jail, I'm gonna get them. Even if I do the case and start the case and then get them subpoenaed and get them in there, then I can withdraw the case. And I've already got those DMs, and my lawyer has those DMs. I can say, you know what, I ain't gonna go through with it. We're gonna cancel, do whatever, discontinuation, da da da. So there, I'll get them. I'll get them one way or the other. I want to see what happened to me. I want to see what happened to me for all those months. I want to know what happened to me. I was sick. It's creepy. It's really, really creepy. I was saying that earlier. I remember out there burying that gun with David Buldo and all that on the thing by the, oh, it was so insane. And I didn't have any cameras on the side of the house there back then. So for them to see me digging that, burying that gun and all that, it's because something was around here. Someone had to go by that hedge to put up a trail cam there in that tree or do something around here to be able to see in my backyard like that, just in real time, because I didn't have any video there. So it'll all come out in the wash. Everything does. And then Berg's over there trying to say, oh, yeah, if I went to the police and I had proof and they didn't believe me. And like trying to convince me that if I go, they won't believe me. Y'all are like so on a 2022 level, Ryan. We're in 2025. Oh, and I did see something you had posted the other day when I looked, Brenda. You were like, what is a jigger or whatever, bringing up all that stuff back in the day, all that. And I'm like, oh, what is unitonica for 1,000? LOL. It was funny in my head. Woe is me. The pain and misery is only temporary. I've went through the worst part already. The rest will be a breeze. Wish I had one of those leg massager machines. I wonder if Lindy feels any kind of guilt for going real life on me. Probably not. Hell no, she ain't got feel no guilt about that. Oh, it's so much. It's going to be so much. I like to just lay here in this house for days on end sometimes and not have any stress or any anxiety or any drama. And there's just going to be so much. Ugh, these poor cats. I don't know. I need to stop. That's like months away. I need to stop thinking about it. Apple Card, your credit limit offer is waiting. Don't tempt me, Apple Card. I bet I would love to hear what Lindy's told Thomas. And there's no way, because I thought about it and I think they were right back then. She's got to tell Thomas that Jim's her gay best friend. There's no way Thomas will let her be like on the phone all the time with some other man unless he thought he was gay. There's no way, unless they just have a relationship like that. You know what I mean? Like where, she ain't out cheating or doing nothing in real life. So she's over here talking, you know what I mean? I just have a feeling that, I don't know, because she's either on that device or on that phone with him or on both. So, because she was chatting to me the whole time when she was on the phone with him. Not the whole time, but you know what I mean. All that could have been avoided, but whatevs. Whatevs. I'm in a better place than I was back then. If all that wouldn't have happened, then I wouldn't be where I'm at now. So that don't mean y'all are off the hook. That just means, because I think about it, I had to go through all that to get here, and I'm better now, and my head's right, and you know what I mean, all that stuff. I think just the light trolling or something would have been sufficient, but whatever, Lindy. Whatever, Lindy. It didn't work out in your favor. You can go over there and like host the unlisted hangouts or go behind the scenes or pop in every so often or stand a group stream or chat with those weirdos and obsess about me. Like I told Taylor, take a shot every time you hear my name. But that might just be the grandiose narcissist speaking. You never know, Beth Roche. The disrespect you, Beth Roche, has shown me. That's what I want your Bubba to know, Beth Roche. The disrespect that you showed my mom and my grandma and my sister and my friend, Beth Roche. I will tell him what I did to you, and let him hear what you did to me and see which is worse, Beth Roche. That's what I want. Everybody got to see exactly who I am. I want the world to see who y'all really are. You literally were trolling me about a wheelchair when mom's dying in here. I went over there and it was like when the day after, it might have been the day or the day after, I went over there to Corey's when her dad died. And I was like, whatever, da, 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 and did all that. Yeah, I did after Corey went real life like that on me. Would I probably do that now? No, but back then I sure did because that fucked with my head. I never did anything to Corey like that. Ever. So I look back like I felt guilty about it, like when I cooled down after that, and I was like, you know what I mean? But then after now, I'm like, hell no, Ryan, don't feel guilty about that. Bitch went real life on you. You could have went real life on her for damn 7 years straight or 6 years straight, and she wouldn't known who the fuck you were, or who was doing it to her. But I didn't do that to you, Corey. So that shows I'm a good person because I could have done that. I had the anonymity to do that, and I didn't do anything to you like that in real life, Corey. So that shows your poor character that you get so butthurt on the internet over words that you have to go into people's real lives and commit crimes and then hide like a coward because you don't take responsibility for the crimes that you perpetrated, Paulette Briggs. Isn't that like really think about it? I was pilled up, drunk, cuckoo for years, off meds, back and all that stuff. And I never got so mad that I picked up a phone and anonymously called or I went by someone's anything like that, Corey. And you couldn't control yourself and you're like sane and not on any, drugs or you know what I mean? So that says a lot about you, Corey, and your character. Or lack of character, excuse me. And let's play psychologist, Paulette. What is your thing? Or do you feel in life like you haven't achieved enough? So when you see people like Kat and stuff like that, like you have you know what I mean? Because what was your big hang up with Kat, really? Like, I mean, y'all went back and forth, whatever, but you just, so what? you live your lifestyle, she lives her lifestyle, whatever. It seems like, just like with Beth Roche, people can never blow that off for you, Lindy or Beth, whatever. I'm telling you, I watched and I paid attention because I remember I remember Lindy kept going on and on and on about that trailer park and trash and da 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 da, and that's exactly the lifestyle Beth lives. So Beth felt some kind of way. It wasn't that she was just suddenly starting to question things, because everybody with an IQ over 2 knew that Lindy wasn't no, like, Southern Peach, and that things were probably like they were there. You know what I mean? Oh. She just wanted to go over there because she'd rather have hung out in the trailer park than someone. I think Beth took that as a disrespect to her when Lindy went on and on about the trailer park life and all that. So that evidently that's been her vendetta against Lindy all these years, and her vendetta against me is because after Corey and them had Jim and did all that in the records, I went on Spyfly and found Beth's arrest record and criminal records and her adult daughters. And you know what I did? I posted them on a video. So I deserve to be unalived. Oh, and for 4 Facebook pictures that I would never in a million years touch my ding dong and look at. Beth Roche. So when you go get every person that's got that there could be actual real PDFs out there with those pictures, Beth. That's what happens when you don't put your Facebook on private. You don't see me bitching about anybody. You can come in here, whatever. Any picture you find of my family or me or anybody on the internet, I'll put mums on there, an obituary for you so you can use it as a troll account. As long as it's public and you use it, then you have the right to, and I have no reason to complain or no right to complain. That's how an adult person thinks, like a sane, normal person. Oh, what was me? I'm hyper because I'm not stoned, but I love it. Oh my God, I was so stoned for so long there. Whew. I'll feel better in a couple of days and I'll be like so much like more up to speed. Because I can see when I'm talking and thinking about things, I'm like so high. It's like my brain's trying to look for a word or look for this, and I was like, Anyway, sweet suicide troll friends, I think I'm gonna go for a little bit and soak in the bathtub or something. And then check on her and make sure she's got fluids within her reach there, without even have to get out of that bed. There's food, there's cigarettes, there's roxycodone, there's tramadol, there's everything in that little refrigerator I bought for her in there with every kind of juice, all that. So there's nothing. There's the garbage can, and I bought a commode thing which she ain't used. Piss in that garbage can. I double bag it. That's fine. I just dump it out and put a new one in there. And I've been trying to get her to get out of that bed for 2 weeks so I could clean it. I got all that she wants. She hasn't got out of it. Once she got in that bed, she made up her mind she wasn't getting out of it. And that's exactly what my grandma did when she was done. I went with Jerry and Grandma over there to a doctor's appointment, a dermatologist, and that was the last time Grandma ever left that house. Well, when maybe they went. I don't know when she died and all that, but y'all probably know better than me. Uh, and we went and we stopped at a Denny's and ate, and it was a beautiful morning. Everything was good. Grandma was actually with it. She wasn't in horrible back pain. And I have the most even Jerry was good. It was like it was just a beautiful moment. And we had laughed and had talked and ate the Denny's and all that and went back to the house and took a nap. It was a beautiful moment. And it's the last like out of that house memory I have her. Once she got back that day, she decided she wasn't ever going to leave that house again. So when those doctors come there, I mean, she made up her mind. So anyway, I'm gonna go. This has been real, and it's been fun, but it hasn't been real fun. Breathe, Ryan. You can do it, Ryan. Stay strong, buddy. Oh, thank you so much. Anyway, everybody, if I get really bored or something, I will look into the Luna thing or whatever. I will say this, and I mean it, at 5:28 p.m. on September 2nd, 2025. Alex, I will do everything in my power to avoid you having to get in any legal trouble with this. What's going to happen is going to happen, yada, yada, yada. But what I plan on doing, I don't want to put anybody in prison or jail. I'm going to try everything in my power to make sure that none of this has any effect in your real life, Alex. I can't promise you anything, but I can tell you, as your ex-friend, I'm going to try. Okay? Because I've said this and I'll say it again. Even if you were mean and horrible and did all that to me, you were nice to me there for a while, or sometimes, or someone was. And I just don't have that kind of animosity to you because I was very mean to you. And I just don't have it. Maybe I'm stupid for feeling that way, but I just don't have the anger that I do towards someone like Jim or Lindy or something. Someone that I defended so long, was so loyal, and not one thing that you know what I mean. I was really, and for them to do that to me like that, it's just that's one of those things you just don't get over in life. So I'm gonna try my best, Alex. Have a great day, everyone. I could be back. I could be streaming a memorial. You never know. So anyway, y'all have a great night. I'm gonna go stuff my face with Little Caesars and pop a Klonopin. Have a good night. Bye, y'all.